Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Welcome to another episode of Stay Rad Wine Blog TV. Today is Albarino Day. So this is the day when people all over the world are celebrating Albarino, the white grape from the Rías Baixas region of Spain. This is a grape that historically just brings this awesome zestiness, has some really good acid, historically a really good food pairing wine. Last year I did write an article for the Albarino Explorers Club. They had sent me 2 samples of Albarino and they sent me out to one of my favorite restaurants to do a little food and wine pairing. This year for Albarino Day, the same awesome people at the Albarino Explorers Club sent me 2 more samples of Albarino just to try and just to, talk them up on this Albarino day. So let's dive right into these. 2 different Albarinos from 2 different vintages, but they are from the same Salnés Valley of the Rías Baixas region of Spain. But I'm hoping that there are some nice differences between them so we can really talk about it. First, I'm going to show you the 2011 Paso Torrado 100% Albarino from the Salnés Valley of the Rías Baixas region of Spain. This one runs in about $12, $13, and it's rocking a synthetic cork. And again, this is 2011 that we're dealing with here. Now, as far as color, I mean, it's pretty light. There is like a almost a greenish, yellowish straw type of color here. I'm hoping you're catching that. And on the nose, I am getting this really nice oily type of petrol type of component. I am getting some citrus there, like I'm getting lemons, limes, grapefruit zest. I'm also getting like a little bit of like a pine nut type of play on there. Maybe like a pine nut, maybe kind of like a eucalyptus type of thing. I mean, it smells delicious, and again, these are definitely foods that or wines you would normally want to pair with foods. I am definitely going to be digging into my pantry right after I do this little tasting here. I'm already salivating. This should be good. The first thing that's really showing up, which I don't recall in the last couple of Albarinos that I've tried. There's a real salinity to this wine. It's very much has like a salty type of play. And considering, I mean, we're talking about an area of Spain that's right along the ocean. And I mean, definitely we're talking about wines that really do pair well with seafood. And there really is like this just coastal, maritime influence to what I'm tasting right here. Definitely you're tasting this salinity, right? There's also, as I'm talking to you right now, an extremely long mouth-coating, razor-sharp acid that is still here that, again, is just getting those salivary glands kicking. Man, I want some food right now. But I'm gonna harness this energy and focus in on this wine. Again, a lot of nice citrus components that are coming out. I'm getting a whole lot of lime here. And for a wine that is very much acid-driven, there is a nice viscosity to it. I wouldn't necessarily say like a medium body, but it's definitely a wine that you can feel. And kind of fun to play with, huh? As far as a score on this, I mean, this is really tasty. This is really nice. I'm going to reserve my score until I try this next wine, but I really feel like we're off to a good start. Let me dump this out. And let's dive into this guy right here. This is the 2011 Yeah, 2011. For some reason, my sheet said 2012. This is also a 2011 Mar de Frades, 2011, 100% Albarino. And again, it's got that special label. If I can see that little ship right there, which you can, you see that impression, that means that we're at the right temperature for this. So, I mean, maybe it's the Coors Light of Albarinos. Who knows? And you know what? I'm going to give my glass a little rinse just to make sure. And the first thing I'm noticing, you know, just on the color, these wines are definitely not dark in any sense of the word, but it's definitely a whole lot more golden yellow with a little green tint on the color. So, I mean, it speaks to it being, I would assume it's going to be a heavier style, possibly. And as I was reading about this Mar de Frades, they definitely do a lot of hand sorting to make sure that all of the grapes that they're fermenting are of the same ripeness. So, I mean, they toss a lot of those grapes aside, which I definitely appreciate. And that also kind of speaks to price-wise. It's a little bit pricier. This guy's $16 a bottle, about. So, you know, those couple extra bucks, they're going somewhere. And again, they got a real cork on this one. And again, I'm getting these oily type of components on the nose. I'm also getting like, there's a nuttiness to it, almost like a walnut. Yeah, definitely like a walnut type of component there. There are some citrus notes. They're a little bit more in the background. It's a little bit more of like a straight, just lemon zest type of play. I'm really excited to dive into this. I mean, even as I'm swirling it around, I can see the viscosity. I'm expecting I'm going to taste that viscosity too. And again, I'm just continuing to be surprised by the salinity of this, just the saltiness factor. You know, this one, it's a little bit heavier of a mouthfeel, so I think the saltiness is kind of holding back a little bit, but it definitely is present, and it's definitely one of the first things you're going to notice when you get into this wine. Again, there is a nice long acid, but I think because of the weight to this wine and these other components, it's not as razor sharp as that last one we were checking out. I'm getting that lemon lime citrus type of play. I'm also getting like some peach nectarine type of notes too. So I mean, we're getting those citrus fruits. We're also getting kind of like a peaches aren't tropical. What are they? They're southern. They're Georgian. I'm definitely getting like a peachy type of play there. Let me dive into this one more time. Yeah, I mean, in style, there's definitely a difference here. This is a heavier type of play. This is an Albarino that I would say is more, or lending itself more to be a standalone type of wine, although it would be killer with some good food. Both of these would go good with some seafood. I'm thinking of this guy as being more like a oyster, mussel, lobster type of play. I'm thinking of this guy right here as being more of like a fish type of thing. But it's definitely, you know, like a heavier, richer, more luxurious type of style. Now, score-wise, you know, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't jump back into the Paso Torado just to make sure that everything's perfect here. You know, score-wise, I mean, style-wise, they're just so different. Let me give this one more taste. Yeah, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm giving both of these wines right here. Nah, I'm not giving them the same score. I'm going to give the Pazzo Torado right here. I'm going to give this guy I'm going to give it an 89, right? It's right on the verge. I mean, it's almost getting to the point of, right now at $12.89 points, why wouldn't you pick it up? I mean, again, it's got that razor sharp acidity. I think it would go great with like a light fish dish. I think it'd be go great also with like maybe an angel hair pasta and maybe like some shrimp, something like that. This is quality for $12. But at 16, the Mar de Fratas is just so rich and so complex and so luxurious that I gotta bump it up to that 90-point level. And again, at $16, I'm thinking that's a steal. These are two really good Albareños, and I mean, I don't think I've ever seen an Albareño come in at anything more than 20 bucks or right around 20 bucks. These guys are definitely value oriented. I really like these guys a lot. 89 points, 90 points. These Albareños are stellar, and you must check them out. Happy Albareño Day, everybody. Stay rad.